Hello and welcome. You are listening to the At Home with Ifeno podcast. This podcast is for anyone, male and female, who believes that the home is the cornerstone and foundation of a flourishing society and a better world. Here, we'll guide you through the intricate journey of building a home that's not just a physical space. Whether you are single, preparing to share your life with another, a couple cultivating a shared dream, or parents tending to the garden of their children's hearts. Every other week, we'll talk about topics like practical tips on managing family finances, creating a beautiful home, conversations on courtship, marriage, parenting, and much more. The At Home with Ifeno podcast offers a rich tapestry of inspiration and support. Join us as we explore creating homes where love resides, families thrive in wisdom, and the seeds of a brighter future are sown, just as God intended. Hello, and welcome to At Home with Ifeno. How are you today? It's a great day to be alive, and we're still in February. I hope you all had a beautiful Valentine, especially for our singles in the house. Hope you had fruitful, conversations with your friends, those that are in relationships, and we will continue on talking about our single ones that are on At Home with Ifeno. So today is another day to speak to our youths, our young people that are desirous of marriage. Don't be afraid. Marriage is God's idea and it's a beautiful journey. I'm speaking from my experience. It's a journey of service, of selflessness, of love, of understanding, of forgiveness, of so many things. But if you have decided that you want to do this God's way, today's episode is for you. And even if you feel that today's episode is not, for you, you could send it to someone that is waiting, someone that is still trusting God for true love to share with someone genuine, someone that is ready to go all the way, following God's plan and purpose for marriage in their lives. But before we go into today's conversation, I just want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are connecting with us globally. How are you today? As I've asked them, just get your tea, water, coffee, and get into that mode that you will not be distracted easily. Just give me the next few minutes your attention, and it promises to be rewarding, especially for those who are still single, who are still waiting for their love to be found and for them to also be found. So just relax and you will enjoy this episode, I promise you. So today's episode is what I have titled Becoming the Person Who Attracts the Partner You Pray For. I'll take that again. Becoming the person who attracts the partner you pray for. So how many people have been praying for a partner? How many people have been praying for a spouse? And I want to remind us, on At Home with Ifeno, marriage is between male and female as God intends it to be. We know that in the world today, a lot of distortion is going on even in the marriage institution. But At Home with Ifeno promotes God's ideal, God's agenda. So when we talk about partner, we are talking about male and female coming together to get married and begin a journey with God to start a family. So becoming the person who attracts the partner you pray for. How can you attract the person you are praying for? So this topic is to tell us that we have our own personal work to do. After you are praying that God should send you the right person, you have to also be the right person. Yes. So please just relax, as I've said, and you will glean from today's episode. It promises to be worth your time. So whether you are single, male or female, listening today, I want you to hear with an open heart. Today's episode is for you. Yes, you who is in that season of waiting, of preparing, of growing, or trusting God for the gift of a life partner. Today, we'll be talking about becoming the kind of person who attracts the partner you pray for. Not through pressure, not through comparison, but through clarity, through purpose, and spiritual maturity. So this is also beyond just a certain age. You need to grow emotionally. You need to have a sense of direction and purpose for you to desire marriage. I'll be sharing truths. I'll be sharing practical steps that will apply to whether you are a male or a female. So today's episode is for the singles, whether you are male or female. As long as you desire a godly and healthy, beautiful marriage, today is for you. Today's episode is for you. Now, let's see some truth about waiting. Waiting is not actually, it could feel uneasy sometimes. So you are waiting for the right partner and you are feeling that it's taking so long. When is this person coming? When am I going to find that person that, we just click? We just connect. Sometimes it can feel like everybody around you is announcing their engagement. Everybody's announcing their weddings. Some of your classmates might even be already having baby dedications, and you are wondering, when will it be my turn? But I just want you to hear me out, and I want to say that your waiting season is not a wasted season. Your waiting season is not a season that you should see as you are wasting time. You know why? It's a season that is shaping you. Remember that you want to attract the person you are praying for. So one of the ways you can attract the partner you desire is do not allow your waiting season to go to waste. You must use it productively. So God uses the season of waiting to build your character, to strengthen your values. When things are not going the way you expect, the truth is that we are being tested. Yes, so your values will be tested, whether the things you say you stand for, you really stand for it, whether you are going to wait until marriage before you get into, sexual relationship with the opposite sex, whether you are going to work on yourself, your financial capacity, your character. It's a time of building. It's a time of grooming yourself. It's a time of renewing your mind. What are the things you think about marriage? It's a time for healing. Many of us have come from homes where maybe, the model of marriage was not something you really liked. So this waiting time is a time for you to be aligned to God's ideal picture of what marriage ought to be. So you must use your waiting season productively. You must use it to prepare yourself. If you look at different examples in God's word in the Bible, yes, they were not, the people I want to mention now were not waiting for their partners for marriage, but there's always a waiting process we go through in life for different things in our lives. Esther had a season for preparation. Joseph had a season of testing. David had a season of refining. Yes, he was already declared to be the next king, but he had to wait. He had to go through a journey of refining. He had opportunities where he could kill Saul, the king at that time, but he didn't do that. That was a time of, refining for him. And Ruth had a season of service. It was through her service that she had another opportunity to get married again. So God works in you as a single person before he brings that partner that you are believing for, that you are trusting him for. So don't rush what God is still preparing you for. Many times we feel that, oh, by this age, by this time, I should have gotten married. Don't run ahead of God. Don't rush it, because that thing that looks like a delay in your waiting for that partner is a way of preparing you, of grooming you, of refining you, and teaching you that what you are waiting for will surely come to pass. Never despise the season that is shaping you to become the man or the woman that God wants you to become. So the next thing I will say is, who are you becoming? As you are praying for a partner and you want to attract that partner you are praying for, you need to work on your becoming. Who are you becoming? Before you think about choosing, that partner you are praying for, let's look at the things that, you need to pay attention to. We all have expectations. Yes. Many times we come up with very high expectations. A lady will say, I want a man who is God-fearing, who is loving, who is responsible, and a lady will say, a man will say, I want a woman that is kind, that is supportive, that is wise. Yes, those desires are valid, but the real question to be asking yourselves as singles is, are you becoming what and who you are praying for? Because if you desire a partner who communicates well, the question you should be asking yourself as a single, whether you are male or female, is, are you learning how to communicate healthy in the relationship? Because many times, many of us communicate in a way that it seems we are fighting, we are in a hurry. Why? Because of our upbringing. So those things need to start changing. You need to start evolving. So your becoming is very pivotal to attracting the person and the partner you are praying for. So if you pray that you want to meet someone of person that has a vision and a purpose, do you also have a vision and a purpose? Are you actively pursuing God's purpose for your life, whether you are male or female? Because vision is not only for the male. God created us male and female. He created us. It's just that we have, unique wiring based on our design. But he has a purpose and a vision, whether you are male or female. So as you are praying for someone that has a purpose and a vision, have you actively gotten into that frame of mind where you are discovering who God has called you to be? Because it's very important. When you know the vision and purpose of God for your life, it will be easy to see that person that you are praying concerning, about your desire. So if you want someone that is financially disciplined, for example, how are you doing with your finances? How are you managing your money? So what I want to bring to the fore is that in attracting the partner you pray for, the critical point still falls back to whether you are the male or the female. And the question is, who are you becoming? Because marriage will not suddenly transform anyone. Marriage will not change you suddenly. You know what marriage will do? Marriage will actually magnify and amplify who you are. Because it will, the verse that says they were naked and not ashamed. So when you get married, you are going to be vulnerable to your partner, to your spouse, and you are going to be seen both in your strengths and in your weakness, and vice versa. So marriage is not going to say, oh, the bad habits I have, they will just change because I married the right person. No, not at all. It's actually going to show your partner who you really are. And that is why you need to start working on yourself, and the journey will continue as you get married. So that is why it's good not to hide things from your partner and your fiancé or fiancée, be yourself and see how you can start working on yourself before you even get into that marriage relationship. So today, start choosing the habits, the behaviors, the attitudes that will align with the future you desire. That high expectation you have concerning your partner, that big picture you have about the home you dream about. It is the habits, the attitudes, and the behaviors that you have today that will determine that future. Yes, you are work in progress, but you need to be intentional now. You need to start working on it now, because as you get married, like I said, marriage would magnify who you already are. It will not just transform you, no. So I'd like to just share some of the questions you can be asking, before you decide to choose your partner, your life partner in marriage. So let's look at a few of them. Practical questions that you should be asking when not necessarily asking directly, but when you see somebody, you should bring about questions that you should look out for and find out. Okay, so the first one I'll talk about is purpose. Are you and the person you are looking at, are your destinies compatible? Where are you going? What's your sense of direction? Does your purpose support each other? Does your purpose help the other person's purpose? Because you must not have, division. So when two people have different visions, it brings about division. That is what really happens. When your vision is going left and the person you are intending to marry is going right, there will be division in that marriage. And that is not what Ifeno wants for you. So one of the things to look out for is what is my purpose and what's the purpose of this person? Are we going to work together as a team to fulfill this purpose? Can we work together? Even the scripture says, can two work together except they agree? So if our purposes are not in alignment, it mustn't be exactly the same thing, but can we say, okay, when we work together, we will achieve more, we will do great things together? Or are our purposes completely in different directions? That is one of the red flags to look out for, because this is one thing that causes a lot of division and confusion in a lot of marriages, and you don't want to go through that. Secondly, your faith. Do you love God in a way that, it is shown in your lifestyle, like praying together, walking in integrity? So your faith is very important, because the truth is that the spiritual rules the physical. What is your faith like? What are your beliefs about your faith? This is an area that you must not, sweep under the carpet. It is very, very important. The next area you should be looking at is your emotional maturity. Ask yourself, as a single, are you ready to take honest feedback and apologize when necessary? Some of us, we become so irritated when some things are brought to our notice or to the fore. So maybe the way you responded wasn't so kind, and your friend, whether it's your fiancé or your intentional fiancé or fiancée, is telling you that, oh, this is what you did, and you are finding it difficult to apologize. So maybe you've grown up in a way that you always have your way and you don't even apologize or say sorry. This is not going to help, because it is not when you get married you will suddenly start apologizing. So how are you emotionally matured? Can you take feedbacks that might not be palatable to your ears but are the truth? And can you sincerely apologize when you go wrong? How do you handle conflict? Aggression, or even do you avoid conflicts? Do you try to just sweep it under the carpet, or you have a healthy dialogue? These are things that will point to the emotional maturity of you or the intending fiancé or fiancée you are looking and praying to receive. And then one that is very, very foundational is your family background. Our family backgrounds are very, very important. Why? Because that is where we have been groomed. That is what has shaped us. That is what has influenced, some of the decisions that we make today. So you need to know about the family of the person you are looking at, the person you are intending to go on this marriage journey. What are their family values? What are the things they hold dear? Because whether you like it or not, when you get married, you are going to be bringing those influences from your backgrounds. And yes, we believe and we pray that it will be the positive ones, but you still need to do a check. You need to find out. So we've talked about finances. Are you financially responsible? What do you think about, investment? Do you just plan your spending, or you just spend it once you have it? Are you transparent about finance? Because finance is an area where many married people struggle with. So there's this transparency, there's this notion of my money is my money and her money is her money. Are you someone that believes in that? All these things are things that should be considered when you want to choose a life partner. And then expectations. What does love mean to me as a single lady? And what does love mean to a single male? What's your vision for this marriage? And how can our roles as husband and wife align, in communication, in family, and in future goals? These are the things you should be talking about. Like I said with my guest 2 weeks ago on the conversation about love with intention, courtship or finding out about this partner you're praying for is not just about, the butterflies. It's a serious season of your life, because it's the foundation for that marriage, and it needs to be taken with discernment. So these questions that I've just reeled out will help you discern. It is beyond the chemistry, but it's about being ready for this covenant relationship. It's about your compatibility, and it's about taking the future seriously, because marriage is a serious business. That is the truth. It's not just a game, it's life. So I also want to reel out some red flags that both male and female should consider and should be honest about, because when we are in courtship and relationship with the opposite sex, intending to get married, many times we see some of the red flags, but we just push it aside. We just feel, oh, don't worry, this person will change. And the truth is, nobody can change the next person. You can't change anybody. So I remember when I was in courtship with my husband, when we were going through the courtship marital counseling, there was this couple that was counseling us. Interestingly, we went through 2 different counseling sessions, because we both came from different assemblies, different churches. So we had to go for mine and also go for his, as in where he worships. So during one of the classes on my own end, I can't forget this. The couple that was counseling us, they said, anything you see in your fiancé or fiancée today, and you know that you cannot live with that thing for the rest of your life, you better sit down and consider your choice of still going ahead. Because we were saying that it's not guaranteed that whatever we are saying that we don't like, or we are not sure if we can live with, will actually change. Yes, we will pray that people will change. But they were just trying to say, what if this person doesn't change this thing you are seeing? Maybe the person easily gets angry and becomes physical. So many of us see the red flags during courtship, but we don't pay attention to it. And Ifeno is here to remind you, please pay attention to red flags during your courtship, or when you are still trusting God for your partner and you are looking at your friends who you are trying to consider. Also watch out for red flags, because they are real and they will come to the fore even if you go ahead with the marriage. So whether you're a man or a woman, beware of inconsistency, beware of disrespect, beware of poor communication, beware of lack of accountability, beware of manipulation and emotional games, beware of lack of direction and no vision, beware of anger and control issues, beware of secretive lifestyle, beware of spiritual immaturity. Dear listener, dear single female and male, please listen to your discernment. Listen to that nudge in your heart. Listen to your peace, because that nudge, that peace in your heart is not lying to you. Once you see something, anger and control issues, once you see a lack of accountability where the intending partner feels you can't ask questions, you can't be policing me like that, and the person just feels that whatever he or she wants to do, they will do it, that's a red flag. Disrespect is a red flag. Always having excuses, that is something that you should not push away, because our habits reflect who we truly are. So how can you take positive steps or actions, as you wait and believe that you will attract that partner you are praying for? It's not just to wish or even to get worried about. So strengthen your walk with God, build yourself. You need to grow in your relationship with God and make sure that your foundation is right, because when your foundation in God is right, then making the right choice will not be a challenge for you. So, secondly, you need to also grow yourself, build yourself in your career, in your business, in your vision for life, your financial discipline, the way you communicate. All those things are part of your daily life. So you need to work on it. Like I said, your waiting season should not be wasted. Then expand your circle. So don't restrict yourself and say, oh, these are the only friends I have, and you just stay, restricted. Make friends, get new connection, show up where purpose-driven people meet and gather, because you never know where the person you are praying for would appear. And the truth is that your spouse is within your connections, as in your relationships around you, your friendships. I could be conservative in my thoughts and how I think people should meet to get married, but the truth is, marry your friend. And you cannot be friends with people you have never met. You can't be friends with people you don't know. So expand your cycle, serve, and get to know people in the different areas of your life, whether it's in the office, back in church, or you go for gatherings, occasions, parties. Be free, and just make sure that you have a standard for your values and you stand by them. And then have your standards. So standards is not a way of pride. No, it's when you have standards, it shows that you are a person of clarity, you are a person that is focused. And then in praying, pray with specificity. When I say praying with specificity now, I'm not dwelling more on the physical, because I know that as humans, most times we dwell on the physical. So many of us might be thinking, oh, the person should be tall, should be dark, should be this. But when I say pray with specificity, I'm talking more about, the character. The person should be spiritually grounded, not just quoting scriptures or talking the word of God, but somebody that you can see a consistent lifestyle with what God says, someone that is aligned with purpose, someone that is capable of partnership. Some people find it difficult to work with other people. So if you find out that someone is always struggling to work with other people and bring out, the best in a group, that might also be a way of telling you that it could affect even the partnership of marriage. So be open to God's leading, because, many times the right person might not be the way we see it. God's right person for you might not be the way you see it. But if it is about destiny, if it's about vision, I promise you, God has a way of communicating that to you. And if you really want to follow him, then you will attract the partner you are praying for. So in order for us to wrap up this, I just want to remind you that you are not late, dear single. You are not late. Never think you are late. Never think you are not forgotten. Never think that God has abandoned you. No, your story is actually unfolding. Your story is actually unfolding. Never think you are late. And I will say it again, it's not about age. For example, for me, my younger sister got married 3 years before I got married. So, you see, it's not about age. It's not because you are the first, then you must be the first to get married. And I've seen many families like that. Sometimes it happens in different ways. So never think you are late, and your story is still unfolding. God is not only preparing a partner for you, but he's also preparing you for this partnership. So many times we feel we are ready, but God that knows us, that created us, he knows us better than we do. So let us not run ahead of him. Become the person who can love deeply, can accommodate others, can forgive easily, can communicate well, can lead and support gracefully, and can build a godly home with joy. That is what you should be doing in your waiting season. Your waiting season is not empty. It's a purposeful journey. And at the right time, God will write your beautiful story of marriage. So don't think that it's over. It's not yet over. And I just want to say, if this episode has encouraged you, please share it with another single person, your friend, that might just need that encouragement not to give up. And I just want you to know that there's a lot of possibilities. Be open, build up yourself. That's what I would say. Become that partner you are praying for. Don't just be waiting for the right person. Become. Thanks for joining us this week on the At Home with Ifeno podcast. Check us out on Instagram at Ifeno17 and on YouTube at Home with Ifeno podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch every new episode and leave us a comment so we can build a strong community. See you in 2 weeks' time.